some hoes is like, all right, you free spirited, you like sex, but then there's some hoes where it's like you a sad hoe, like you hurting, and it's not like one of those. I feel bad for you.
Get out the streets, baby.
Yeah.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
You are now tuning in to the Awkward Thinking Podcast.
Welcome back to the Awkward Thinking Podcast. I'm your boy Nas, aka Stace.
What up, I'm Vince.
And we are the friends you never knew you needed. All that in a bag of chips. Nah. Awkward Thinking. Woo! White people claps in the building. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure y'all giving us these streams outside of working. You know what I mean?
Right.
Make sure y'all giving these streams, these views. You know? Because at this point, I'm starting to think our followers don't mess with us.
I don't know.
I genuinely feel that these people do not mess with us.
Do you think we doing enough for
them? Now, I will admit, we are a bit inconsistent. We are a bit inconsistent when dropping episodes. But I be saving y'all. You feel me? This is a mesh of community. We have people that's from the LGBTQ community. We have weird-ass motherfuckers. We have ball players. We have a plethora of people. We have a plethora of Akis. But, you know, for the pod to keep fucking growing, y'all need to support. Like, just let us know y'all there. You know what I mean? Just say hi in the comments or something. Or just let us know. Like, really, actually, take a step back. Y'all need to go, while y'all listening or wherever y'all watching, y'all need to go and write a review on how long you've been listening and what's been the best part of you listening. We need all that. We love that feedback. We love to interact with y'all. So that's what we need from y'all. You know what I mean?
Let us know what y'all think about our outfits.
Yeah,
like we've been busting these fits out the last few episodes. Let us know what y'all think about these.
Y'all ain't had nothing. We giving y'all content. That's what I'm saying. We giving y'all gold. A lot of these podcasters ain't doing nothing. They cool. They in jeans, purple jeans, and the Miris and all that shit. We two grown ass niggas with jobs that work with kids. Number one. So if kids find this, then they gonna look at us like these grown motherfuckers.
Why do things in costumes? All these fucking lights and cameras and shit, I do feel like I'm on The Price is Right.
Right.
When they used to come in with the costumes and shit.
Oh yeah. No, that's not The Price is Right. That's the
That's The Price is Right.
No, that's not The Price is Right. It's the other one.
If it's not The Price is Right, then what is it? With Drew Carey?
No, it's not with Drew Carey. No, no. That is The Price is Right, but no, that's not what the costume came in from. It's the other one with Wayne Brady in it.
No. They did that with Wayne Brady at one point too, but they did that on.
But that's a different show. It's like they had the guess. It's not The Price is Right. It's the guess like the Doors. Price is Right. You just guessing the.
No fucking door. Oh yeah. I do remember some shit.
It just barely came on.
Fuck it, whoever. I remember this how the shit used to look. I feel like I'm missing a cane or maybe like a
sheep.
Yeah, sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheep? No, that's it's a goat. Yeah, maybe you need a goat. Well, since it's me, I'm a goat.
No, we're not talking about dogs.
I'm a goat. You see, I'm the greatest of all time, so that's why it makes sense. Anyway.
Yeah. Any fucking way.
How you been, man?
I've been good. Nah, it's been ghetto.
It's been ghetto.
It has been a little ghetto.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, please, because you got so much to say. You got so much to say. I want y'all to know that this is not the Vince that he gets on these fucking cameras. I said this once before.
How is this not the Vince?
But this is not the Vince. But number one, he was cussing me out clean out before anything of this shit even started.
When?
Before when we setting up, nigga.
Are you trying to figure out a lie?
Yes, I am.
But no, shit kind of been ghetto a little bit. Not too bad, but just life been a little overwhelming. A lot of wearing a lot of hats at one time, I would say. Sometimes that shit do get stressful, and then it's like you trying to balance everything. And I'm not an organized nigga at all.
Yeah, at all. I think this is the most organized we've been.
Yeah.
Well, I've been. I would say that. You, on the other hand, I don't know what you've been going through, but as show-wise, y'all, I've been busting my ass.
Just throw me under the bus in front of the
No,
audience.
I'm not saying he hasn't been doing anything. I'm just saying, like, I've really had to start getting organized my damn self, too. Like,
yeah.
I think that's hard. That's hard as an adult.
It do be hard. Because it's like, you can't wait for motivation for certain shit. You
Right.
literally just have to do it, and that is hard because we're used to waiting for motivation. We're used to being like, okay, I'm gonna find the time to do this, and then you eventually find the time. Now it's like I actually got to make the time. I got to go in and put shit in order so shit can flow. But that's life.
Yeah, I've been on my weight loss journey.
I've been seeing.
Yeah, I've been in the gym. If y'all follow me at Nazi Stacks on Instagram, if y'all follow me, y'all will see that this marvelous sculpted young man is climbing ropes and lifting up weights, giving motivation. One of my followers, said that you staying consistent has really been motivating us. And I said, I've been only going for 2 days.
But that's consistent. That is still consistent.
But this is like early. Like I just like started. I didn't post. This is my thing. I didn't post anything like when I first started because now everybody knows I do a little boxing. Not like to the extreme now. Everybody thinks
this bitch want to be Keith Lee so bad.
Everybody just goes to the max. Like, oh, you can do this, you can do that. Everybody's just taking it to the extreme. So I started in May, and I just started posting in September, I think. Now everybody's like, oh, where'd you find this place? Or where'd you this and this and this and that? And I'm like, or they'll make, oh, what you just started or something like that. But that's just like social media. Like people, once they don't see it or something like that, that's just so new to them, like, or out the norm to them. Like I think it's more comical because it's like don't seem like the type of nigga that would take on that type of sport. But yeah.
Not how did it make you feel, but how was that for people to be like, oh, you can go really far with this, or you can do this and that with that once they found out you were boxing?
It was just like, damn, is the pod not doing too good? Am I not doing good in this area that y'all feel like I need to move around in some certain places? Basically, it was cool. I mean, I guess it's another skill, but it's one of those things where I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things, just like how we talked about before. I don't want to take it to like the extreme of competing and shit like that. If you actually get hit by a motherfucker that actually knows how to punch, you would be like, you know what? I don't I don't quite want to do this too much longer. But yeah, but I started it at a very dark time, and I don't want to damper up the mood, and I'm not going to damper up the mood. But once again, I have a coach named Will Ashcraft. He has a gym called Empower Gym that I start going to, and I really needed that. You know what I mean? It was like a blessing that I needed at that moment, and we worked some things out, and I told him I recently told him I was like, thank you for helping me at a place where I needed it. And he was like, no, thank you, this and this and that. And I really called to check up on him, but he was like, most people don't check up on me. Most people just, do whatever, and I'm always helping. But I was like, no, like, you came at a pivotal point, and I really want to thank you for coming at that pivotal point. So,
that's nice that you checked in.
Yeah.
That's
he
like
had a seizure, I think.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he had because one day he came into the gym and he just wasn't like there. You know what I mean? And he was just like, yeah, I had a seizure or some shit like that. I was like, damn, like, you wasn't,
It's kind of crazy because it's like, like he said, he's a person who does a lot for everybody, and sometimes that gets overlooked, or it's easy to just be like, this person is always there. So it's like you start not noticing that they're there, or you stop checking in. So it's nice that you checked in on him. I know
I have a heart.
Yeah, sometimes.
I have a heart sometimes.
So question.
Yes.
Do you feel like being able to go there, boxing, exercising, and that helped to facilitate, emotions and things that you were feeling during that time, or process those things that you had going on?
It's such a weird concept to what I'm about to say, because when I was boxing, I couldn't feel before. And I'm not saying like I couldn't, like I sat, crying and all that shit, but it was just like it felt numb, like things just didn't feel the same. So as I'm doing it, and I get punched one good ass time, I'm not gonna lie, it's a big ass nigga named Walt punched the shit out of me.
He came home with a black eye. We was
my
back
lip
up there.
was gushing, like I was messed up. Number one, I didn't have a mouth guard, which is the dumbest thing I could do. But in that moment, it felt like number one, I wanted to cry right there. I'm frustrated. I wanted to cry, but it felt like all the emotions I had bottled up was just like boom, forefront. Because I felt vulnerable. That was like a very vulnerable moment. Like I got hit to the extreme. It felt like I was embarrassed, and then I didn't want to cry. Then the voice is like, "You better not cry. You're a grown ass man." It was so many emotions I was feeling within one fucking punch.
Yeah, because that shit probably felt like it probably happened in a few seconds, but felt like minutes for you thinking that shit over.
Because my coach was like, "Open your eyes." I was like, "If I open my eyes, is gonna be bad." Because I'm mad. Number one, two, I'm like going through a whole bunch of emotion, grieving at the whole same time. Like this summer was summering, but not summering when I needed the summer.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it allowed me to understand a lot. The discipline part, and just that component, the discipline component, showed me just so much that goes into it. Like you just don't know everything, and I needed certain like gems. Like you make mistakes, okay, you bounce back. You can't dwell on the mistakes. And whatever I was going through in the ring, whether it was overthinking a punch or overthinking a shot, it's visible. So if it's visible in the ring, that means it's visible when I'm doing other things. So it's been really it's been really showing me a lot of life lessons within that. Yeah.
So do you think, because I think about just that us having access to gyms and stuff, and like how we do use that as a coping skill or a coping mechanism sometimes, or as a way to facilitate or process our emotions and stuff. Do you think back in the day, like in the Stone Age, do you think niggas had it as rough as we did?
I be thinking about that. Because I've had I had a whole week of binging what was life like then. I.e. why we're dressed like this. But nah, for real, what was coping at that time? You know what I mean? Like what was trauma, or what was how did people navigate through heartbreak or anything? Are these made up throughout the times, or because when does that conscious moment come in at?
Yeah, because I wonder if all the trauma, all the mental battles that we face, everything that we go through, I feel like heartbreak is inevitable no matter what timeline you're in. But I wonder if they had to deal with those kind of problems, the mental battles, the emotional battles, the trauma and everything outside of, your fucking cousin getting eaten by a dinosaur or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
What was it that you guys were going through at that time that you had to go to a gym, or what was your outlet?
I don't think it was. I think it was very simple. I don't think it was, because imagine seeing somebody die for the first time. You probably what the fuck is
I wonder how that is. You probably hey.
Nigga, wake up. You playing too much, nigga.
That nigga, he hey, bro, this nigga, he getting stiffer and stiffer. What's going on?
Is you cold, nigga?
This nigga not warm enough. Get the fire.
But nah, for real, you wasn't worried about niggas fucking your bitch or anything I mean, they probably was. I think that's one component where I feel like that was through the test of time, was niggas worried about their bitch getting fucked. I really think so. I really think so.
Do you? I don't know, because I kind of see it as I see it as one of them things. You know how women aren't respected throughout history. That don't make me a fucking misogynist that I'm pointing out that women haven't been respected throughout history.
Oh yeah, they have.
But yeah, so that's why we can't be jumping to fucking conclusions. You're a Twitter bot. But no, so again, women haven't been respected throughout history. So I feel like during that time, I do think niggas was probably territorial, but I don't think it was okay, I don't want you to have her because out of love or out of I feel like they would share the women. To me, they would just share because they wouldn't look at them as as a mate or as a partner too much.
I think as a man, I just don't like sharing. So I couldn't imagine them niggas sharing. All right, think about it. Niggas share hoes. All right, that's one of the the community hoe. Maybe it was a community pool of
Mary
women.
Magdalene.
Yeah, something like that. a community, because prostitution was like the oldest thing. So what was a caveman pimp? Like, what are these things? Like, some things had to be set in place to be like, all right, we need to facilitate these hoes for the niggas while we out here hunting, making shit straight. I'm keeping it a band. I need to know. I need to know when the rules and regulations.
I think that's like those primitive rules. The man is the provider, this and that. He does this. He comes home, brings the food and shit home. But women back then too weren't fragile either. Like women were almost just as tough as the men. They had to be just as tough as the men in order to survive. And then even when the men died, the women had to be the ones to take up arms and everything. Yeah. And be providers as well. So I don't know.
So they've always been single mothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't say it like that. I don't like how you said it like that. Like that was just a common thing. People are widowed.
That's the most proper term. That's like white people saying single mom.
No. Because there's a difference.
Nobody says widower nowadays.
I would say during that time, people were probably being widowed.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, because your partner dies. It's a difference between just being a single parent and then being a widower.
Isn't it the same thing?
No.
Oh, yeah, because you cannot have kids and be a widow or widower.
You can. Okay, well, yeah. You can. Okay, I'm sorry. But that's not my point. What I mean is that, like, your partner can still be alive. You're just a single parent. Like, or not your partner, but your kid's parent can still be alive, but you're just a single parent because you're not with them.
Am I drawing a blank here?
You are.
Finish your point.
I don't even know. I don't know. Where did you just fucking take us?
I don't know. But go even with the women, though, because, like, I don't even think women was mad about, like, they nigga fucking. I think that was, like, an acceptable thing. The man needs to fuck a lot. Where did that get lost in translation?
I think probably throughout, like, the Greek history.
But they was fucking too.
They was fucking like rabbits. But after that is when shit started to, like, crumble. And
when did we need structure?
It wasn't really structure. It's always been about sexism, racism, and capitalism. It's always been those things. And so what it was, I think, is, like, at that certain point in time where they were like, all right, you can... Like with marriage and shit, when you start having to legally bind shit. Once we legally bind, well, motherfucker, I kind of got some rights now. I kind of got these things or these expectations for you. Right. If we're going to be legally bind by the state or whatever.
I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was just lost in what you were saying because I ain't gonna lie. Like, honestly, we got it good here. I wouldn't want to live in those times. We got it fucking good here.
I wouldn't mind living. I don't want to be alive during the racism era.
Of course, who the fuck would?
But a little bit before that, I feel like life probably wasn't too bad.
Slavery?
Honestly. I said before racism and shit, before slavery and shit. There was
it was always slavery. It was not one point in time. It was not
slavery has never happened or never occurred throughout time. But there are a lot of times where black people were being left alone and were just thriving on their own in Africa. There was a time when white people wasn't in Africa.
You need to start watching Black Panther. Go ahead.
But yeah, so I would want to go back to one of those times because I don't know. I just be thinking.
I got it good here. I ain't gonna lie.
Do you?
I like on a day-to-day basis. How much racism do you go through?
It's not really about racism.
No. It's not about the world society part.
Microaggressions and a lot of little racism throughout the day.
Well, because you deal with but I'm saying like on average,
a lot.
Yeah. All right. It's a fair amount of racism, but hear me out. I'd rather take this racism
than the brutal shit. But yes. I'm not saying live throughout those times. I'm saying before that. Even
if it's not, I can't watch TV. Nigga,
like
I can't watch season 2 of Loki, nigga. I can't put shit in the microwave, nigga. I can't get something from KFC, Cane's, or whatever. I can't do none of that shit. I gotta go out and get it. Granted, they will out hustle a lot of niggas out nowadays, but because they was out getting it every fucking day. But
it was.
I couldn't.
I just feel like times were simpler then. Back to like just the mental health shit. I feel like they weren't going through a lot of the stuff that we were going through because they didn't have all these extra things to put on themselves. Like, look at us. We have access to social media, which should unite everybody, and we should all be the happiest people ever. But we use it to tear each other down. We use it to cause deception. We use it to spread hate. We use it to target and harass people and everything. It's not being used for the right thing. So people get fucked up because of their access to social media. If people didn't have access to that, fuck you doing besides gardening all day and coming back home for supper and enjoying a nice meal with your family and then going to bed.
So you're more so taking it on like a take of it's simpler life of morals.
Yeah.
More so than the simple
less distractions. I feel like, less distractions and just less poison in the world. A lot of stuff, even the Canes, the McDonald's, everything is poison for us.
That's true.
That shit is not good for our bodies at all. And then not even just the food itself not being good, but just those are examples of capitalism. That's not good for us as people, as humans. Them motherfuckers are literally taking over everything, always building up another restaurant in one of our communities, but never feeding back into our communities. Our communities always look like shit after you see one of them stores pop up. Mm-hmm. And so it's like that affects us. If we had our own little plot of land and niggas was working together, we was gardening together, we was growing our own food, everything, I feel like we'd be less stressed. And then there's also not the need to keep up with society as well. Cavemans didn't give a fuck because, nigga, what the fuck? I'm wearing this lion skin. What you got?
Yeah.
Some bear skin? Cool. They not comparing Gucci and Dior and this and that and then talking about people because they don't have this or that.
I feel like you can't say that if you wasn't there.
And that's true. Who the fuck knows? But I feel like things were probably a little bit more simpler. Is probably just being a provider. All you had to do is meet people's basic needs. Now everybody has these other extra fucking needs or wants that you gotta commit to and you gotta provide for, and that fuck shit up. And then also, I don't know what the fuck. If I'm a caveman over here, I don't know what the fuck is going on outside of my little area.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing that would kind of make me be like, okay, that's the only thing I would take away, because a lot of the times you weren't really worried about whoever got what got this.
I ain't worried about that motherfucker down there rock being bigger than my rock over here that I sleep up under.
Exactly. And it was probably people, I just imagine people like discovering just like, oh shit, you a different breed of motherfucker. Like you like it's so much shit to be like, oh, I would have only thought that these were the only people, we were the only people on this land or something like that. But that's how I thought like when I was in Philadelphia though. Like I really thought, because a lot of history
Same with Cleveland.
It's a lot of history.
Maybe some you out of this fucking thing.
It's a lot of history that goes into Philadelphia, whether it's the Declaration of Independence, all that amendments, all that.
And you proud of that shit?
It's not that I'm proud of that shit, but a lot of that happened in that central location. So I assumed that it was only Philadelphians in the world for the fucking longest. I was so dumb.
Because your world was small.
Yeah, and I'm like, I thought everybody was, I didn't know it was different people with different accents. I didn't think when I watched the TV show like Martin or anything like Detroit was a real place or Chicago was, I thought these were all made up places. We got a segment for y'all. We got some new shit that we want to do. I've been thinking about some new shit for y'all, for the audience, so we can get some familiarity with the pod, and so we can have some fun with the pod and shit like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the first Awkward Thinking game show, hosted by Nazi Stacks, with my favorite contestant, Vince. All right, so in this game, we're gonna ask. I got a plethora of pictures, and I'm gonna ask Vince, who do you think was a freak, or was just an innocent old lady? So, my first picture here, I have Martha Stewart. Do you think Martha Stewart was a freak?
I think Martha Stewart was a freak.
What makes you think Martha Stewart was a freak?
She did a show with Snoop Dogg. She
because she was with niggas?
No.
See? Go ahead.
And look at how she got I forgot his name.
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross up on her, and she linked into that shit. And it's Martha fucking Stewart.
Yeah.
She cut somebody or did some shit.
She went to, no, it was embezzlement.
Yeah.
Some white shit though.
Yeah. But not in my history, but white women are.
You would take down Martha Stewart?
No, I wouldn't. I'm sorry.
So you saying?
I wouldn't. I just it's not for me.
Okay. All right.
No offense, Martha.
We got enough.
But if you wanted a sugar baby, I'm always.
You think she know how to make some black shit, like some real collard greens, or it still got some white
little shit, and it's just.
She's still mainstream. She got to keep it still Martha Stewart, but in behind the scenes, she really know how to throw down. Like she got an auntie arm in the back.
I doubt it.
Damn.
Her arm don't even do the auntie shit. There's no fat.
You don't know. You don't know what Martha Stewart look like behind closed doors. Anyway. Our next picture is the Queen Elizabeth. R.I.P. to the great.
Don't
Queen
say R.I.P. Ain't no fucking in peace. And I'm not normally one of them people, but don't say in peace.
Rest in peace.
They was
Queen Elizabeth.
No, and she was alive when this fucking outfit first came out.
Yeah.
She had her time.
What time did she die? When did she die?
This year, I think.
No, like how old? That's what I meant to ask.
Bitch, am I keeping up with the Queen?
I don't fucking know. Because she was around since I was little. She was around.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because she's like old as fuck. You would think she's been around since you were little. A lot of people been around since you were little because they're old as fuck.
So do you think she had some royal pussy, some royal good?
She was given
Prude.
Yeah, that shit was prude. That was prude snatch. But I believe the shit about her being a lizard person.
Lizard person? Yeah. What's that?
Like, conspiracy shit. Like, yeah, I can see that for her.
You know what's so crazy? I learned today that you could not touch the Queen.
Yeah.
Which is so weird to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I got fascinated with the motherfuckers during the 2012 Olympics and shit, and then they got married. Like her son got married and shit.
To that black girl, right?
No,
the other one.
It's the other one. Yeah, it was the first one.
Diana?
No, that's Diana, bitch. That was before I'm talking about the other one, Charles.
Oh.
Yeah, he got married to the white one, Kate Middleton.
Yeah.
And they was streaming that, and we was just watching. I was just interested. I'm like, oh, there's the actual royal family. Like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. And then you find out who they really are, and it's like, oh, fuck them. Mm. Fuck Paula Deen, racist ass. Fuck Paula Deen. I'm sorry.
Paula Deen. Do you think Paula Deen was a freak back then? Yes or no?
She probably was, with that giblet of a fucking neck.
Mm. I'm gonna be respectful.
Why? But she don't be respectful.
She don't. She seemed like a whore. I'm not gonna lie, a whore. She give me like I'll suck your dick vibes. Like, and I know this is somebody's grandmother. I
don't give a fuck. She racist. Once you're racist, the respect go out the window. Fuck her and her cooking, and that's why she couldn't get a show.
Yeah.
They won't let me come back because I called someone a nigger.
How did I remember? I remember that.
She was referring to her black staff as niggas. Oh, and slaves and shit.
It's not funny, but
it's not. But it's like, bitch, what's wrong with you? Why did you think that was okay and acceptable? You supposed to be Paula fucking Deen.
Yeah, Paula Deen was like a black people's favorite.
She was a household name. Yeah. It's like no respect for the people. No, and that do be the thing because we build these people platforms and shit, and we help them, and we, not to say we did it all by ourselves, because Nas don't want to hear that. But
I'm gonna just probably cut that part out. If y'all hear that I'm cutting this part out, it was a part in the fucking pod where I'm like, you know what, let's just keep it to where we at.
But and then she still disrespected the people who worked for her. How do you refer to people as slaves and shit? And then you got this shit where you can't even say certain things about specific white people in certain groups without it being an uproar now. But it's like you so freely spoke about people when they were going through such a tragic thing, and it wasn't your trauma or your tragedy to joke about. And so fuck you, Paula Deen. I hope that your meals never make it to heaven.
I ain't gonna lie, my grandma made Paula Deen. She still make it. And I look at my grandma with disgust every time she make these motherfucking Paula Deen recipes. Because how is you's a fucking sellout.
She the sellout?
Yes, because who the fuck? Why the fuck is you still making these fucking recipes? And she used to be, wait, hold the fuck up. Because I got to get on Yvette real quick. Because why the fuck? She used to watch Paula Deen faithfully. Like, faithfully. Like, she used to turn that shit on, like, soap operas and everything like that. And even she would make, even after that shit dropped, she was still watching reruns because you could fucking record on Direct TV and shit.
Oh, no, not. And she was recording it. I'm sorry, Miss Yvette. I'm disappointed.
And I'm so fucking sellout. Last one. I don't know if you know this one.
I know her.
Oh, what's her name?
I don't know her name.
Right. So
but
the
I
last,
know her. She's been on a lot of shit. And
the last one, and it is a black lady. I was trying to keep it all white, because
I don't like degrading black women.
And
I
that's
don't like
what I said. You know what I mean? And I knew that Vince was gonna say that. That's why we're not gonna say nothing about Cheryl Underwood.
She's a nice woman though. She did a story one time. I heard a story and it was like, it was sad, but it was just still a empowering story. And it was basically about, there was opportunity for her, and people were on a group call discussing the opportunity based, like if they were going to give it to her.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
And they were like, the women went in on her and was talking shit, and didn't realize like she was on a call with them, and like she said like, I listened to them, I heard everything they said. Some of it was constructive. I took what was constructive, and I did what I did with that, and I moved on, and shit has been working in my life and everything. But basically, them people ain't have no fucking regard for her, what she had going on in her life at that time, and just not in a way I feel like we should be with each other. And I don't know, she bossed up from that. I fuck with her because of that. And she has a big, beautiful smile. I would say that. Yes. I love black women with big, beautiful smiles.
Shout out to Cheryl Underwood, man. We wasn't going to say anything. You was an innocent black woman. Even though your comedy specials say you might have said you sucked the dick before in your comedy specials, but I don't believe it. It's a lot of shit is AI generated. Yeah, there's a lot of shit is AI generated nowadays. I don't even believe that you even said that. You probably somebody grandma right now. That'd be the thing. That'd be the thing. A lot of grandmas, the sweet ones, I'd be like, oh, she was a freak. 1975, grandma was a freak. Any old lady now that's giving peppermints in the church was giving that hole up.
Why did you say it like that?
Because they was in my life.
Talking about giving that hole up.
They was giving that hole up.
Oh my fucking goodness, that's somebody's grandma.
Yes. You don't ever think of that? Like somebody's sweet ass grandma be throwing ass.
Okay, so like I know for a fact, I know a couple grandmas that was hoes. Like, not like, oh, because your family talk, and they just be like, yeah, she used to be fucking and sucking and doing this and that. And I do feel bad because that's somebody's grandma now. But it's like, she's still a hoe. You can't, I feel like that's one of them things, old habits don't die.
Yeah.
Like, they don't
Once a hoe, always a hoe.
Yeah. And it just stick with you. I don't know how you break out of that. Mm-hmm. Is there a way to break out of that?
I don't think it's a way to break out. I think you got to control it.
I was just thinking about another hoe. I'm sorry. It just...
We know a lot of hoes here. I
feel like
and
more hoes
y'all need to tighten up.
More hoes than I would like to know about. I feel like, because I don't want to be disrespectful at all.
But fuck, we ain't even saying their names.
We not, but I just still don't want to be disrespectful. But I don't know, like,
think about your legacy when you're out hoeing. Think about your legacies. I ain't gonna lie. Think of how we are now and what a motherfucker can see when they grow older. Yeah. Like, I'm okay with knowing my grandmother was a sweet ass old lady that didn't do shit. She went to church. She wore them big ass hats. She got dressed. She did whatever. She wear a muumuu. She cooked. That's all I needed. She might have ate bread pudding here and there, but that was my grandma. By the time we old,
it's gonna be
these
evidence.
Motherfuckers gonna have this. Hey,
it's evidence too.
Look when she was young in 2018.
And don't get me wrong. That's not to say we should be shaming people for having a history or a past or whatever.
Fuck that.
I also want to say, because people do be like, oh, well, we shouldn't do this and that. There's a difference between being a little promiscuous or being a little free spirited or being just being happy or whatever. And then there is a difference between being a hoe.
A trifling hoe.
Because there's a level to being a host. Some hoes is like, all right, you free spirited. You like sex. But then there's some hoes where it's like, you a sad hoe. Mm-hmm. Like you hurting, and it's not like one of those. I feel bad for you.
Get out the streets, baby.
Yeah. The fucking street lights is on. Get out the streets.
Get out the streets. It's time to come in.
It is though, because it's like sometimes we gotta hang up the whole jersey.
Yeah.
Just put it up and just be like, I'm done with it. I don't want it no more. But like, I want to say if you suffering from being a hoe right now.
Go ahead, look in that camera and tell them. If you suffering from being a hoe, go ahead.
Right now, if you are suffering from being a hoe, tap in with yourself and ask yourself, why do you feel like you need whatever you getting from whoever? Because it's not just women. Niggas, we can be hoes as well. If you have over more than, I feel like at 25, if you have over more than 30 bodies, check in with yourself. Check in and not even just, I wouldn't say just that specific number, but if you are catching bodies every other week or you fucking and ask yourself what's wrong. Yeah. Because it's something wrong, and I'm not trying to like shame people who are having sex freely, but if you feel the need that you have to have sex and that you gotta have sex with anybody and wherever and at any cost, that is a problem. You have an addiction. Maybe you need to go see somebody.
You know what I just thought about you saying that?
What?
TD Jakes is really out here fucking.
The church dude?
Yeah. Yeah,
he fucking up the black community as well.
Oh.
He fucking everything.
Oh. But yeah, so if you are a hoe, I mean, it's nothing wrong. It's like I said, we're two guys with a podcast, and we're just giving our free thoughts. We're not targeting women. We're not targeting women when we say that. Because niggas, we can be hoes, and I be telling my bros sometimes, y'all niggas need to slow down. Okay? Yeah. Like, it's coochie, don't coochie
and the worst
when
thing
it need
is
to coochie.
When hoes connect, when it's a nigga hoe and it's a hoe, like a girl hoe.
That make the best relationship, though.
But it don't, because it's like, it's all them fucking diseases that mix together, and then you got one fucking super disease, or you just got...
It's like Osmosis Jones for adults.
Literally. But really, when two hoes get together, I do feel like it is bad because neither one of y'all be giving enough of a fuck to either use protection. And so, again, y'all are swapping different things and then going back to other people and giving that shit off, too, as well. Yeah. It's just... It's like, I don't know. It's like that shit is squared. Whole squared. Yeah. That is crazy.
Another dawning thought I had in my head, and I'm just letting my thoughts run free at this point. Who was the first motherfucker to, like, you think, invented masturbation?
Like, a horny nigga.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, who was the first nigga who was like, hey, nigga, fuck all this shit that y'all, fuck all this fire shit that y'all trying to fucking do. Hey, did y'all ever like play with y'all?
Because I just wonder how you get into that.
To discover
I'm trying
that.
to think because I grew up with siblings, so I knew kind of about jacking off before I even got to that age where I was doing.
But
that.
Somebody already knew prior. It had to be a one motherfucker that was like,
yeah. He said, "Oh, when I rap this shit,
it feels good.
Said that friction did a little something.
Right. If I could do this with a woman, I can do this to myself." I don't know. They was in their bag when they invented that shit, though.
Masturbation?
Hell yeah. That's my best friend right now.
It is weird because it's like, how do you even, like, was that something that was even frowned upon? Or was that even something, you know how motherfuckers would be fucking and just around everybody?
Yeah.
I wonder if you got that one nigga in the corner just going
jacking
crazy.
Off.
Yeah.
And just, that's what I'm thinking. Like, because imagine your sexual frustration. Y'all, your cave shorty, she mad as fuck at you right now. She ain't giving you no ass or some shit like that. What the fuck? How do you figure that out? I want to know. Somebody in the comments find us that. How do we figure this shit out? On who was the first person to rub that shit out or jack that shit off?
We talk about a lot of sex.
We do. We should be a sex podcast at this point. No, we shouldn't. But. A lot of people listen. That might be our new business. We might go lucrative. Oh, go ahead. You have something to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just thinking. Had you seen the that Jada and Will shit?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
I've heard so many different perspectives from married people, and we know people on a lower scale that have done worse. So it's like these are just rich people with regular people problems. Literally. But I will say this: I feel like this is another destruction of my hero that I do not like, and it's not making him human. That's what I would say. It's making him more of a clown than anything.
Do you? Because you said it's not making him human or whatever.
Yes.
But because I just feel like what he's going through right now is a very human thing. And do you think instead of it not making him human, you're just seeing him outside of a light you're used to seeing him in? Like you're not seeing him as strong and as you know, how we're used to being able to see black men, or at least
of course,
the way that they're portrayed. Because
of course, I don't need to know about Will Smith's personal life. That was never my MO. I never needed to know about the Fresh Prince. All I knew was Will Smith got the girls. He was the guy in the action movies. That was it. That was somebody to look at. He was a family oriented dude. He always had his kids, you know, shit like that. That's what I expected out of Will Smith. This shit is right now is clowning, and it feels as though that people that we put to a high pedestal, like we know Will, like he's a jokester. He was quote unquote the corny guy, to a certain extent, but he was the corny cool guy. The same way with Nick Cannon. But I said that to say like Nick Cannon's looked more up than Will Smith now. Will Smith it's like the roles have reversed, if I'm making sense. And I don't like it, because I feel like why do we always have to tear down the idols in it? You know what I mean? And he had a good social media presence before the fucking Red Table Talk, and then once that shit dropped, it was like fuck your whole little situation up. But
I kind of feel like that's society. It's not actually their situation that it's really as fucked up as people are trying to make it. I think what it is that society is painting them with this lens that it's like, oh, what they're going through and what they're dealing with right now is humiliating for him because she went out and she did her thing and this and that. I feel like that's what it is. It's not really, because when I'm looking at the situation and I'm hearing what I'm hearing from both sides, they're not even into it with each other. They're not like at odds. They're literally like, this is our situation and we're okay with it. And it's other people who aren't in their bedrooms, who aren't in their marriages, that are stepping in and saying, well, what you're going through is like, not to say it's not okay, but what you're going through is something to laugh at. Like,
but
it's something for me.
We did not need it.
I don't give
a fuck about a book you needed to write to tell you, nigga, Will Jada journal, nigga. That's it. You know what I mean?
I agree. Some shit is not shit that we actually need for ourselves. We don't need certain information. And I do think that is a problem within our society, is the need to know the specific details of these people in their lives. And we've seen how destructive that can be for a lot of different celebrities, the need to be inside their personal lives and invade their privacy and shit. We see how destructive that can be for them. Look at Britney Spears. Look at Lindsay Lohan. Look at any fucking Disney child star outside of Zendaya. But yeah,
right now we just don't know. We just don't know. Like, it might seem good as fuck right now, and I'm not trying to. I don't want to speak
nothing on Zendaya.
No, nothing negative, but we don't actually know what the fuck Zendaya is going through at this current moment.
And that is true.
You know what I mean? So I can't. I could have lived my whole entire beautiful kind of life without knowing Will Smith and Jada they was fucking each other, different people and shit like that.
And I will also say this too. I feel like not to say that people weren't allowed to tell their truths and their stories, but I feel like a lot of this wouldn't have happened if not for August Alsina.
I feel like it's just another way to break up the fucking home. And now, this is my conspiracies, but this is just another fucking way to see a perfectly good fucking family that we probably speculated, it could have been rumors. People have rumors all fucking day. everybody has rumors. There's been rumors about me. There's been rumors about you. There's been rumors about Sharice in the back. It could be you. Right. We be talking about shit about Sharice. You know what I mean? But she don't got to know.
She don't.
But I'm saying that to the thing is, why can't we never see the perfect family anymore? That's the same thing. Not saying. I'm saying to the fact of, granted, I don't know what the fuck Bill Cosby did. I don't from the allegations, from what he was convicted for, or anything like that. But it was a man that put HBCUs in the forefront, a black family that did more than just work for a white man, the X, Y, and Z on television. And guess what they did? They did whatever they needed to do. The same with Will Smith. They showing the family, and they showing this perfect family with the 2 weird ass kids or some shit like that. And now they showing it like, oh well, Will the family's this and this and this and that. Nobody needs to see that. I need to see a perfect family. It needs to be perfect images of perfect, beautiful black families in the forefront. I don't need to know the ins and outs of your relationship and how it works. I just need to see that it works.
I fully agree to the not needing specific details within people relationships and their marriage. I fully agree to that. But I do feel like there is no such thing as a perfect family. And so like when we are seeing people, like, I feel like in their situation, they're handling shit perfectly. Like, we know certain shit, and we're looking at it, and it's cringy to us, but to them, they are perfectly fine with it. That's some shit that they are okay with. They don't mind going through. They have an understanding. And so for us, we're saying, okay, well, this doesn't match up with what I wanted. This doesn't match up with my expectations. And that's, their family isn't based on your expectations. Their families aren't based on your wants and your needs and what you needed to see. And even with the Bill Cosby shit, as far as the showing the good family, showing the HBCUs and shit, I still watch that shit and still hold on to that. Not saying that, oh, what he did wasn't wrong or however the shit works, but that shit does not take away from what has already been established and what this person has already done. And I feel like we need to stop doing that to people. We need to stop attaching this one situation and being like, well, this is now who you are forever now. Will Smith has done so much. Jada Smith has done so much. And just because of this one situation, we shouldn't be looking at either one of them being like, oh, well, this is now who you are. You're the cheater. You're the entanglement, or you're this and that. It shouldn't be like that. And like, people doing the fuck shit that they do does not take away from the good shit that they actually did, unless they were doing fuck shit within that good shit. If Bill Cosby was on the set raping motherfuckers throughout the shit, cool, yeah, I can understand and seeing shit a little bit differently. That don't got shit to do with the shows, though. That don't got shit to do with the legacy that he left behind. Shit does get tainted, and like now you can look at the person currently and be like, damn, I wish this wasn't you, and that's cool, but you don't have to look at it and be like, now I can't do this, or now this and that. Now it was all a lie. It wasn't a lie. But shit is not perfect that way.
Beautiful, beautiful, brother.
Shut the fuck up.
Since you're on your roll, we have another segment, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Akis all around the world. So we have something. We try to do the life lessons from a fuck up, but obviously nobody fucks up in life. You know what I mean? So we decided to do this thing, which you can go on Awkward Thinking on Instagram and DM us your questions or advice, or you can go on the Gmail, send us an email at awkwardthinkingpodcast@gmail.com. For this new segment we like to call Life Advice with Vince. So, from one of our Akis, oh shit, here we go. Sorry guys. So, goddamn.
When people taught you to print, they ain't teach you to print double-sided.
I could have, and I was thinking that. Yeah. And I ain't thinking about printing.
Because you stapled it for a sentence on the last page.
It was. Anyway.
Trees are dying.
So, one of the Aki sent, can people date
well, we know who wasn't allowed to read in.
Can people date a different age, as in 5 or 10 year difference? So can you date at a different age? Like, so say if I'm 26 and she's 36, or vice versa.
I would say no. I feel like the only time I would accept 5 to 10 years in age range is after 30. I feel like anything up under 30, I'm still a kid. Bitch, even though I'm 20-something, like people say, I'm a 26-year-old teenager. I'm just a teenager. I'm literally just a few years older than that. I'm still learning a lot of shit. Life is happening to me, and I don't got all my shit together. You at 35, you should be in a whole different place. There should be no reason why you're dipping this far back to fuck with me. Again, it's different when you just fucking and it's just like a one night stand, or it's like, okay, we just a little casual sex here and there. That's different than actually trying to pursue a relationship, because at that point we should be in two different places. There's a 10-year gap. Why are we not in two different places? You've had 10 years. There should be no reason, and I won't say no reason why we on the same level or whatever, but we should be somewhere different in life. Yeah. But I do feel like after your 20s, you a lot of shit is similar, and I have not experienced my 30s yet to know that for sure. Okay, hold yourself.
You're pushing it, like,
and you're right behind.
But I'm young.
No, you're
as
not
fuck.
though. You're not
20. What?
How old are you about to be?
I'm 25 right now.
No,
don't
are
put
you?
No age on me.
You're
Shout
about to be 26.
Don't put no fucking age on me that I ain't there yet.
And
I'm
you old
25.
as fuck, like that costume.
This shit, Versace.
Is it?
Nigga.
But yeah, I feel like once you get a little bit older, I do feel like you might be in a place where you can find people. I can be 35 and maybe find a 43-year-old, and we might be in the same spot or at least similar places. But at least let me get a little established first, because I just feel like, again, some of the shit do be a little predatory. It's like you like me because I'm young, I'm a little naive. I have not gone through everything. It's still a little milk behind my ears, whatever you want to fucking call it. And so that's the attraction. That's what you like from me. But you don't actually, because what the fuck is your grown ass doing with me?
She's 26. I feel like 26, you I don't know. I'm very immature at 26.
No, you're not.
I said I am. I'm not all the way together.
Oh, I thought you said you're very mature.
No, I said you're very immature at 26 still. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I feel like there's still so much for me to learn, because I'm still learning shit. Like, even I'm 27, but I'm still learning shit. I'm still learning how to control myself and still learning how to, I don't know, I'm still going through a lot of shit, and life is teaching me shit. And I just feel like I don't need a 35-year-old guiding me through that. Like, it would be nice, but bitch, be a mentor, be a big sister or something. Don't be.
That's how a lot of them get fucked, by being a mentor.
But yeah, and that do be a problem, because know your place. Like, stick to it. But I'm just a little too young for certain shit, I feel like. And I feel like there's going to be barriers there. There's going to be shit in our way that just makes it hard for us to be able to fully connect. And again, me just, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I gotta sneeze.
Stop, let me sneeze. Me being 26 or 27 right now, I can't see myself going back and trying to date somebody who's 21 right now. I can't see myself trying to go back and do certain shit. It look for me personally, I just feel like it would be inappropriate. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know, anybody who's too old for me, I would just feel inappropriate, like on some shit like.
Why is you fondling me?
Yeah, damn near, because like, what the fuck?
What you doing? You're a grown ass.
Yeah. And a lot of times those people, I don't knock casual sex, because it's like, dude,
you're knocking it. When you say I don't knock, you're knocking it.
I'm literally saying I don't knock it, because do you. But just be careful of those people who are living out those fantasies where they like touching on younger people. And it's like, I don't want to be your access to youth. I don't want to be that for you, where you feel like, oh, I have this young dude on my arm and it makes me feel younger. You shouldn't need to feel younger. You perfectly fine being young. And that's the thing. I want to be with somebody who can be perfectly okay with being who they are at their age. You're 35, bitch. You should not want to be 25. There's nothing wrong with you. Like, you should be, and that's what I guess I want to at that age, is to be with somebody who can be happy with themselves. Because I don't want to be with nobody who's 35 but is, craving a 25-year-old body. Oh, I miss this and I miss that and all this other shit. I don't want that. Mm-hmm. I want somebody who can be very comfortable in their skin, who can be okay with growing a little older and shit, and not worrying about, the
bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, that was life advice with Vince.
Yeah.
It's about that time where we leave you with a positive message to get through the week.
Fucked up, is it?
No, you good. You good, boo. Where we leave you with a positive message to get through the week. Vince, what is your positive? No, actually, Nas, what is your positive message to get through the week? Let me look at this camera because my positive message, and this is for all my guys out there that's dealing with a single mom. Behind every single mother is a baby dad. So I just want y'all to know that. That's it. That's my positive message. And coochie be coochieing. But when it's time to cooch, it don't cooch. But go ahead.
I don't know.
You don't got nothing. He said a lot. He said a lot this episode. And it's gonna give me a lot to edit out. So if you see that I said something about black people that's not real, it's AI generated. These episodes are not actually. These are. I don't even fucking know.
I don't know. I want to say maybe this ain't exactly a positive message, but you know, let me get my little rant out the way. But it's so much shit going on in the world, and like I told you at the beginning of this episode, I was kind of like just feeling overwhelmed with a lot of shit, and part of that is looking through my timeline, seeing half of the world on fucking fire and shit. Not literally, but metaphorically. You know, there's a literal war going on. People are dying. All this shit is happening. And it's like I'm expected to. Is that funny?
It's not funny, but it's only like comical because it's only comical because of what you got on, and you're talking about the war specifically.
So I should not talk about it.
No, it's fine because what you're saying is real shit. But I'm lucky, like.
Okay, you make sure you add it out your laugh.
I am. Go ahead.
But there's a lot of shit going on, wars and everything going on, and I just feel like I have not got that chance to actually walk away and like let that soak in. Like I'm still expected to go to work, still expected to do all these things, and so much shit is going on in our life, and I feel like again, it's like we're experiencing a lot right now. A lot of shit is going on in the world. And there's no time to really sit down, breathe, and think about what we're going through and what we're experiencing. And that's so unhealthy for us. That's so unhealthy for the world. And then I was just thinking, because when I feel overwhelmed like that, I always get this feeling of wanting to literally just disappear. Like, not like in thin air, but like I literally picture myself getting into my car and just driving to the wilderness, not like around the area.
Oh, that's deadbeat dad tendencies.
It is. But not necessarily deadbeat dad. But it just sometimes, for real, like the shit gets so overwhelming where it's like, I don't want to contact people. I don't want people contacting me. I just want peace. And sometimes I feel like the only way to get peace is to be away from people. And to be disconnected from everything. That's why, I really be serious about hitting the road someday and just, and sometimes I do be talking about running away. I be dead ass serious. I be thinking about it like I just throw some shit in my car, throw the necessities in there, and go into the forest and start up a life in there or some shit, because it's like I feel like it's so much in this world that we are attached to that's not bringing us happiness, and so much shit that the access to everything on our phone fucks me up. Because it's like people have access to me. I have access to people. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing shit that I don't want to see, the war and everything. I'm seeing and not even just the war, but just even I'm getting hit up by work. I'm getting hit up by friends. I'm getting hit up by family. And that feels distracting. That feels overwhelming. And I don't know, I'd be ready to just leave and get away from everything.
Any Mary J. Blige sitting next to the bench on you.
Shut up. Run away. Like my thing be, I just be worried about my family. Like I don't want nobody actually having to worry about me and like having to think like, okay, did something happen to him, or because once I leave, I don't want to ever be contacted again.
I'm gonna say you went crazy,
and I might fuck it.
I'm gonna legit say you went
but
crazy.
my biggest thing, and the only thing I feel like really is holding me back is that, you know, I wouldn't want to come back 5-10 years after living in the forest and find out family members have died.
Yeah,
because that's go fuck me up. But at the same time, I want to disappear so I don't have to be around when it happens.
You know what I think, and you know we can probably end it off on after, you know. You watch a lot of cartoons, and it seems like that I was once this big time hero, and I had a lot of hero shit to do, but now I live in the forest, and I don't. And there's some like young hero or somebody's like going in that the protege and shit. And you're trying to like ignore it, like, nah, this is not me. This is the life I live now. Like I live a simple life, and then so like I feel like you're, and I'm not discrediting anything that you said, but that is just like what I'm like. This sounds like one of them cartoons where the nigga stumbles upon this fucking hero, like fucking My Hero.
Yeah, and part of that I would say it is a little true because it's like. One of the things I'm struggling with right now is like my job. Like I love my job. I love what I do, but it's a lot. It's a lot to have to bear, and it's a lot to go through because, you know, I work with kids. These kids go through a lot of shit, a lot of trauma, a lot of fucked up shit, and the system is not a good place at all. Yeah. And so I'm in the middle, and I'm like working in the system, and I'm trying to help kids, and I'm fighting the system. I'm fighting the shit that they going through, and that time shit, I'm fighting the fucking kids because they have trauma in them, and they so damaged that it's hard to sometimes get to them, and so that sometimes makes me too want to get away. But it's like there's that thing in the back of my head, like they need you, like but I feel like it's a setup. Yeah, it's a setup, especially in this field that we in. It's like the money is not good, and it would be great if I didn't have to live in a world where money wasn't a priority, but money is a priority. The money is not good, and I'm going through a lot of emotional and mental fucking trauma in this field, dealing with everything that I'm dealing with, and it's just it be heavy sometimes, and it's like I don't know, I be wanting to run away from it, but it's like I don't know, I don't want to leave people. Bless you, I don't want to leave. Bless you. Okay, stop, because you're doing too much for the attention. I'm in the middle of a fucking story.
Go ahead.
But I don't want to leave and, you know, feel like, okay, I could have been that. But I feel like that is the trap. Yeah. They make you feel like you're going to be the person to change everything, and then they make you feel like you have to stick around for it. Yeah. And I feel like that is also, that's kind of like trauma, and it's like manipulative. Yeah. From the system, but that's it. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Should be overwhelming. Sometimes you want to run away. Sometimes all you need is a blunt and
some coochie.
Yeah, and your sheep. Yeah, and that's it. And you need the shepherd. That's it.
So whatever you find, if you feel stressed out in the world, find the baddest bitch. Get some coochie.
You know what I did though?
What?
I've been listening to Cleo Soul.
Why is everybody on her?
Nigga, she makes some beautiful ass music, and so like
that sounded like some hating ass shit.
It was. You be having that hateful ass spirit, and so like I kind of knew it was a blockage for me too, because I've been struggling to get back into reading. Normally, I know it's a struggle if I struggle to get back into reading. Yeah, motherfucker. Because be quiet. Yeah. But I was just listening to some of her music the other day, and I'm like, let me go back through and listen to the rest of her shit. Because I always, when I'm browsing music, I pick one song and I listen to that and just keep with it.
Oh yeah, we know. Yeah,
but I went through and I listened to a lot of her shit, and it's nice and refreshing to have people who are making music again, and people who are making music with substance, people who are adding depth and feeling to their music, and I don't know, actually pouring into it where it's like, as the listener, I can not feel what she's saying, but like nigga, it's something happening in there, and
it was feel good about this.
It do, but it's like that's what music's supposed to be. It's supposed to help you through some shit, and like just listen to a couple songs. And I even sent some shit to my clients, like, here, listen to this. Like, sometimes you need something to help you process those things and get through those things. But if you going through those things, you feel like you want to run away, you feel like shit is overwhelming, take time. That's all you need. You need some time to yourself, check in, and maybe, you know, reevaluate some things and do whatever you can.
Also, that just reminded me. So if you follow my Instagram, follow both our Instagrams. That'll be
definitely
much obliged.
Uncle Vince.
And I do this thing with my followers. I got Nas mood swings, so it's just my week of what the songs I like listening to for that week. So I mean, for your followers that just enjoy Vince, you can start a playlist for them so you can get hip to your music and whatever shit like that, and you can share it to your story and shit like that. So make sure y'all follow us on social media. With that being said, I'm Nas.
I'm Vince.
Thank you for being awkward with us. See ya next week.